Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am the two-time Nebocsid award-winning Nebocsid.
I am still the one-time Nebocsid award-winning assistant chef, David Leahy.
Yeah, and we're not cooking today.
What the hell? I know, it's weird. We're not cooking today. What the hell? It's weird. Actually, not cooking for once.
Yeah, changing up a little bit. You know, we just had the Royal Rumble over the weekend.
Congrats to the winners, by the way. Bailey, the women's Rumble, and then to Cody Rhodes, winning for the second time in a row, first time in 26 years. No one's done that since Austin, 97, 98. Yeah. That's a huge deal. So, congrats to both of them. And we figured, okay, since we're coming up on WrestleMania, we're going to start getting like the Hall of Fame announcements. Yep.
And have they already started those or not?
Not yet. No, not yet.
Okay, so we're going to do like our own fantasy sort of booking. Okay, I would like to emphasize the word fantasy.
Yeah, fantasy, yeah.
Where we're just throwing out the rule book. Spoiler alert, neither of us have Chris Benoit. We're not going to... No, like, we get that his body of work would be justified in putting in, but after what happened, no.
No, he does not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely not.
No. So,
no. His body, if he had not done what he did, he would be eligible, but because of what he did, no. Sorry, we gotta say no to that one.
Yeah, so we're not gonna do any Chris Benoit spoilers. We're not gonna be that big of a troll. Although I might be in a different way.
My picture I actually like my picture. Actually legit. Yeah. I picked some really good ones. I'm actually really excited about my picks this year.
Yeah, I decided I wanted to be smart and we compared notes just to make sure that there's no overlap between us, because I don't want our list to be the same, right?
Yeah. So you wanna go first?
Yeah. So are we going to like alternate here?
Yeah.
Like
Rochambeau will go first. Hey. Rochambeau. Oh, you go first. I lost.
Yeah. Okay, so, since this is fantasy, I'm making my own rules for this one. And I'm sort of going to do like different levels. You know, kind of like what they normally do. But I grew up watching in like the 90s, like when Hulk Hogan was slowly getting on his way out, and we had like the new generation was starting to come up, you know, like one of my favorite pay-per-views is SummerSlam 1991, where you had like a great start to end pay-per-view. So you had guys like Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect, who are like sort of smaller guys, not as big as like say Hogan or Sid Justice, who had been already like main eventing for a while. So anyway, I remember watching in like that early and mid 90s, you had guys that were known as enhancement talents. You know, these were guys who would appear on Monday Night Raw and Saturday Night's Main Event, and the point of them was to put guys over. So like they would basically come in and they'd be like these local guys, and if you go back, you would see guys like Cactus Jack getting early work that way and getting like TV exposure and that sort of stuff. So they were actually pretty important in helping establish guys like the British Bulldogs and the Hart Foundation in tag team matches. And you would have guys later on like Razor Ramon, who would be basically, they get to kick these guys around for like say 5 minutes, make themselves look really good. And the enhancement talents would generally get like 1 or 2 moves in, like, you know, the hope spots, but generally you knew who was going to go over 99% of the time. Now, I'm talking about this because my first fantasy pick, I'm going in to the enhancement talent pool. I'm going to put in my favorite enhancement talent, and I'm going to give myself a pat in the back already for this one. You know where I'm going if you watched back then. My first fantasy inductee, is Barry effing Horowitz. These guys deserve a lot more credit than they got for helping make these guys superstars. I would like to see them get more attention. I know it's not likely, but again, this is fantasy booking. I'm making the rules on this one. Enhancement talents count for me. So Barry Horowitz is my
Good choice. Oh, that's a good pick. So my first pick, I'm going to go to main event pool. And I have two main eventers. I'm going to really go for. First one. This was and also because this is Charlie lost him at such a young age. Her pick is Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt. That's my first pick. He was so talented. I loved his promos. I absolutely loved his promos as The Fiend. They were just incredible. They scared the shit out of you, and that's the point, right? And my second pick for main event card is Lex Luger. He's been in it for a long time. He'd been in it for, Jesus, since the 80s. And he was one really big, and he was pretty big in WWE. And WCW, he got a chance to be a champion. I think for those reasons, those are my two picks. Lex Luger is my second pick as a for the main event slot.
So those are like good picks. Bray Wyatt was actually a very refreshing thing to see. Cause
I do love Bray Wyatt's promos were incredible. He was so good.
Yeah, it was actually refreshing to see like a character that well done, which we've been starving for that for a long time.
Yeah, we have. And Lex Luger, he's a workhorse. He's been a workhorse for ages. And he hasn't got his due yet. And I think he deserves to be in there.
Yeah,
absolutely. Even though there is controversy because of the Miss Elizabeth incident, that's not. We won't go into that though. But I think he's a good pick though. All right. Next.
Okay, so my next pick in the this one I'm going to put. This one is likely to be like a hell freezing over sort of situation, like CM Punk coming back with a hell freezes over, Bret Hart coming back with a hell freezes over, and for this team to get into the Hall of Fame would be another hell freezing over situation. This pick is Demolition.
Good pick.
Yeah, this is much like with Lex Luger. This was a team that generally gets overlooked. They were actually originally a LOD ripoff because they wanted WWF wanted their own thing like that, but then eventually they got the Road Warriors in. But anyway, Demolition had up until recently they had the longest tag team championship reign. Then I think the New Day ended up beating that, right?
Yes, they did. New Day. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. I love New Day. They're awesome.
Yeah, but honestly, people have gotten into the WWE Hall of Fame for a lot less. And I don't mean to disrespect anyone like a Coco Beware, but come on, if you can have like a record that stands for almost 30 years in WWE that involves like an actual championship that's still around in one way or another, let's celebrate that, because we don't know how much longer that they have to be celebrated while they're still around. And like, I know that there's like the concussion lawsuit that either was going around or is still
I don't know. I haven't heard from that in a long time. Who knows?
Yeah, so of course, like, it's a court. Courts take a long time because I get it. They want to get the justice system wants to get everything right.
Yeah, of course.
That's the point, is to make sure that justice is served.
Yep.
So anyway, we know that Demolition is like one of those hell freezes.
Well, they brought Sanderson last year, so you know what? Hey, and one of the Sanders hated the WWE for years. They've been talking shit about WWE for years, and then last year they went to the Hall of Fame last year. Yeah,
but I think that was more like, again, that was like
hell
I think
over.
like Scott Steiner was talking shit, for example.
Yeah.
That is, I don't like them, as opposed to like this is a lawsuit in court.
Yeah, true.
Demolition. So.
Oh, I'm going. So next for me, I'm going to the mid card pool. I got 3 good ones. I'm going to go with the local boy, John Tenta, Earthquake.
Yep.
That's a good one. And then my next pick is, since we're going to be in Philadelphia, we're going to do a really great ECW wrestler, the big man, Bam Bam Bigelow. Oh yes, I was a huge fan of this guy. Mm-hmm. The guy was so big and so fucking talented. The guy was insane. And my last pick, I'm going to go really obscure here. I'm going to go with the bizarre one himself, Gold Dust. I think he deserves to go in finally. I think Dustin is absolutely worthy of the role of Hall of Famer. He took a really shitty gimmick, and he rolled with it to the point he was like completely over on his own. We can give him that, right?
Yeah.
He took that gimmick and he made it his own. He did incredible with the Goldust gimmick. And Bam Bam, he's just, I don't know why he's not in yet. They put in the big boss man. I think Bam Bam should be next. And since it's in Philadelphia, in home ECW, I think he was a big part of ECW. He was actually their champion at one point. He won the title from, if I remember correctly, it was from, trying to remember who it's from. Trying to remember. I know the name. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, damn it! I know the name.
Oh, was it like Taz or Tommy Dreamer
No,
or
not Tommy
Sandman?
Dreamer. Sandman. The franchise. Shane Douglas.
There you go.
Shane Douglas. That's who it was. Shane Douglas. Yes. They traded the title back and forth. Also, another pick I would probably put in there would be another big man since ECW. This is a last minute entry. I want to ask for this one. Oh, I'm trying to think of Mike Awesome. Yes, that guy was a beast, an absolute effing beast from start to finish. He was fast. He was big. He was athletic. He is absolutely that match he did. The matches he had with Tanaka in ECW, in original ECW, was incredible. And his rematch he had at One Night Stand 2005 is still one of my favorite matches of all time. And he absolutely deserves to go in. I'm a huge fan of Mike Awesome. Guy was a workhorse. So those are my picks.
Yeah. So I do want to make a comment on a couple of those guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
Very easily, I would love to have seen a Bam Bam versus Vader match. Like just because they're so
that would have been good.
Both really big guys, but both super agile. That was
Bam Bam versus Mike Awesome. That would have been good.
And I agree that Goldust is deserving, but I actually like being able to look back with a little bit of hindsight in this. I actually liked his gimmick. I don't think it was that bad.
No.
Because it was actually, I think it really was like outside of what they were doing at the time. Because that's when they had like more of like the really gimmicky, like Triple H was still the snob type.
Yeah, the snob, the aristocrat, yeah.
Yeah, and Duke the Dumpster Drosy, you had all these like hokier gimmicks going on.
Yeah, he did.
So having Goldust being this like androgynous,
hypersexual. He was very hypersexual. Yes, he was.
Yeah, so that
was good though, and it also went really well with the Attitude Era.
Yeah, so like I was just about to say, he sort of helped transition from the new generation to the Attitude Era.
He did.
So that for me that feeds into your point about him deserving to be in.
Yeah, so I think he absolutely and I think Awesome versus Bam Bam would have been a barn burner. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Two big guys.
But I would have more. I would have been
Vader,
more.
yeah, Vader would have been too.
I would have got more hyped about Vader versus Bam Bam.
All right, so you're next, buddy.
Okay, so I've talked about Demolition deserving to be in for their championship reign. I talked about Barry Horowitz being an enhancement talent and like how they deserve more love. So I'm gonna go backstage a little bit on this one. And there's one guy who I feel like just should be in. I guess I should have double checked on this guy first, but I feel like I'm about 90-95% sure he's not in. This man is named James Johnston. He is responsible for a lot of the themes that we grew up remembering, like Jake the Snake Roberts. Yeah, he had that just a phenomenal entrance music. This was when these back in the Hogan era. That's when you started using entrance themes on the bigger stage. So you had Real American with Hulk Hogan, which was done by Rick Derringer, someone else. So you had a few people who could do smaller ones, but a lot of that, if you were to look at all the entrance themes, there's my mom got me the WWF anthology.
Yeah, that could almost be a Warrior Award almost. Could be almost be a Warrior Award because contributions. That could be a Warrior Award one for him. That might be.
And so anyway, there's a 3-disc set that came out like shortly after Vince bought WCW. So this would have been like maybe around 2003-ish. I remember getting this for Christmas. You had like an Attitude Era disc. You had like the Hogan era up until New Generation. You also had like at the time more current themes like Trish Stratus's theme, Rey Mysterio's theme, the Hurricane's theme. So anyway, you look at who did the songs, and like the first 2 discs, there was a lot of James Johnston's on that, and you remember, and these were themes that fit the character. Like Jason Stakes was just cool, had this cool theme. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, his character or his theme fit his character so well. And
Honky Tonk Man too. Honky Tonk Man too as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so like so you have these entrance themes that fit the character so well, and it just like I talked about the enhancement talents making the main roster look that much more impressive. The themes fit the character, and I like to look at wrestling as a big picture, like why are they having a match, and what's their character development, and the entrance themes that you associate with these guys feed into the character. So, if he's not in, James Johnston deserves to be in, so I am putting him into the WWE Hall of Fame in my fantasy booking.
Good picks. There were so many themes he did. That is an absolutely incredible pick. Well done. Next, I'm going to go to the tag team pool. I'm going to take 2 tag teams from the Attitude Era that have not gone in yet. First one, the Smash Mouth styling of the Acolyte Protection Agency, the APA. I love watching these guys. Even when they come back, it is always fun to watch Bradshaw and Fruit come back and kick the shit out of someone. Oh my lord. I never get tired of watching, even at my, a little bit older, I still love watching them come back and kick ass. And my other tag team pick is We Are the Nation, a domination. That was another very... That was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
For all black, for the all black
Militant group.
Yeah, militant group. Yeah, kind of a play on the Black Panthers kind of thing. So that's kind of what it was, right?
Yeah, that's one of those things where I think Vince liked to sort of reflect what was going on in the world at the time with certain gimmicks.
I think and that also because of the riots too. Also, after the riots probably happened in the 90s. So those are my 2 picks. Good ones, eh? I think.
Yep.
All right, what's your next pick, buddy?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. So the 4th one, you actually mentioned her on you actually mentioned this next pick earlier when you were talking about Lex Luger. I'm going to dip into the manager/valet pool, and I'm going to pick Miss Elizabeth.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, so for anyone who remembers Miss Elizabeth, which I hope would be most of you watching this, so Miss Elizabeth was Macho Man's valet, and she was his real-life wife for quite a few years, and she was this beautiful woman. So like this girl next door, and but I have to give credit to Kevin Nash because he talked about. I remember someone asked Kevin Nash about like the most beautiful, like sexiest divas of all time, and like I think Nash had Miss Elizabeth in his top 3, and so you know what? I can't argue with that because of course we would think of people like Sunny and Trish Stratus and Sable who had these gorgeous bodies, but you know what? I think Miss Elizabeth deserves some love, and go back and see what she looked like back when in the 80s and early 90s, and SummerSlam 91 was one of the few weddings in professional wrestling where the ceremony does not get interrupted.
Yeah, I know.
Macho Man pulls it up, and you bought it because that's just how sweet and beautiful and wonderful Miss Elizabeth came off. And so it's one of those things where, especially when Macho Man was a heel, he was so talented that people would sometimes just start cheering him because, you could tell that he was doing the work and super talented and putting on good matches. but having someone like Miss Elizabeth, where he can just be super possessive and controlling, like, hey, you get back into that corner. Boom, everyone hates Macho Man again. And you can't do that with like a Sable or a Sunny because they have those they have that confidence, for lack of a better way. They have that attitude where they would ditch Macho Man after like a month of that bullshit, if that. Whereas Miss Elizabeth, you believe she was like this super loyal to the end person that she would ride out whatever Macho Man was going through with his attitude because she loved him. And that's the sort of thing where that adds a dimension. Like, Macho Man would still be great, but the more layers you add to a person, the better character they have. And Miss Elizabeth added layers to the Macho Man. And it's just like, you think about these, and then later she goes into WCW, she's with the NWO, she adds to her work as a valet there. And I feel like Miss Elizabeth deserves her flowers, and I'm putting her in my Hall of Fame.
Ooh, good pick. Really good pick. I'm going to go with the women's division next. I got a few good ones here. Sable. Another great valet, also a damn good wrestler. She deserves to go in. Terry Reynolds, the former wife of Goldust.
Oh yeah?
She needs to go. She deserves to go in. China needs to go in on her own. That's a big one. China, I know you're probably say that one. Sorry.
We went over our list.
Sorry.
know I put that one.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. I'll start that one from my list. But here's another one. Vicky Guerrero. She knew how to piss you off with her show. Excuse me. She knew how to piss off the crowd. She did a good job of that. And another one for being a heel and a face. Stephanie McMahon needs to go in eventually. Those are my picks for the women's division. So, those are all damn good picks, right? Yeah, so there you go. But if I'm going to say anyone, I'll say Vicky Guerrero and either Sable or Terry Reynolds. Sable, even though she had her issues in the back, she still deserves to go in. She was a powerhouse, and she deserves to go in. Absolutely. All right, next pick.
Okay, since he already said it.
Sorry, you can slap me for that one.
I'm gonna go into China right now, and we all hear about, like, there was that interview that Triple H did where he's like, oh, if we put China, then they're gonna look her. So there might be an 8-year-old who looks her up and find out like about what she did, which was like X-rated stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, come on, we know what that's really about. They're gonna read about Triple H dating her and like how he ended up leaving China for Stephanie, and like, so like I'm trying not like that's their business. So it's like I'm not going to pretend, I'm not going to say that I'm any better myself with that sort of shit because I don't know their full story. But come on, it's like China was the first woman in the Royal Rumble. She was the first female Intercontinental Champion. She was the first person to, like, the first woman, I mean, to be in the King of the Ring tournament. She tried to be the Queen of the Ring. Yeah. So it's like, and she was like, at a time when you were, when the woman
was Intercontinental Champion too.
Yeah, first one, female. They said that.
Yeah. Oh.
And you have like back when the women were becoming sexier and sexier, you had this woman who was like, well, you kind of wonder, okay, is she on steroids or something? Because she looked strong. Like, when she was introduced, she was manhandling Marlena as if, say, she was like a guy.
Yeah, she definitely destroyed from the Right to Censor. She destroyed Ivory at WrestleMania 17. She eviscerated her like it was a complete squash match, completely.
Yeah, so like it. Of course, over the years, she ended up, I think, having like some cosmetic surgery. Like she ended up having like implants done. I think she had her jaw sort of worked on to sort of round out and look more feminine. But yeah, like she stood out from the other women. She was able to set herself apart. and I feel like China deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. We know it's probably not going to happen because of Triple H, like how Triple H feels.
Yeah. Maybe he'll. I don't know. He's right now the booker, but you never know. Maybe he will. Who knows? He brought back CM Punk.
Yeah, he brought back CM Punk, and
he's not booking with his ego like McMahon does, right? Vince did.
And he also got Bruno Sammartino to come back in.
Yeah. So you never know, right? Strange thing could happen. You never know, right? So all right. So my next picks, I'm gonna go into the booker, manager, announcers pool, and I got some big ones. It's Philadelphia, the home ECW. My first pick is the mad scientist Paul E. motherfucking Heyman. Now this guy's been just, he lives and breathes wrestling since like the beginning. So he has done everything. He's been a manager. He's been a valet. He's been a booker with ECW. He was a valet for Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, and now the Roman Reigns.
No, I have to correct you on that last part. He is the advocate.
Advocate. Sorry, advocate.
For Brock Lesnar.
No, he's the advocate right now for Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. Hey, by the way, Roman Reigns, tribal chief? No, it's this. So I don't like Roman Reigns, so I have to say that part. Sorry. So Paul Heyman is one of my picks, and the next pick, I'm gonna go with the original voice of ECW, Mr. Oh my God himself, Joey Styles. Yes, it's Philadelphia. The guy called tons of matches on his own. He was so good. Why is he not in the Hall of Fame yet? I don't know. It pisses me off no end. And my last pick, and this is going to be very controversial. This guy gets a lot of flack. He's been with the company for 26 years, maybe longer. He is currently the voice of WWE. Currently, Michael Cole. The guy gets a lot of flack, and yes, they give him a lot of flack, but he does his job, and he's done a damn good job. Since he hasn't had Vince Young in his ear, he has been. I've watched the current pay-per-views, and he has been outstanding. So that's why I think Michael Cole should be in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely, well deserved. So, and who's your next pick?
Okay, so for my next pick, another hell would have to freeze over, and then freeze over the heat back up just so it can freeze over again, and then warm back up so it can freeze over a third time. My second to last pick here, I am going to put in the King of Hearts, Owen Hart. Now, again, this is one of those ones where this is fantasy booking the Hall of Fame, so we're pretending that everyone is on good terms with each other. We're all singing Kumbaya.
Yeah.
And Martha has come to grips with it. For lack of a better way of putting it, I get it. They had planned their lives together for Mick Foley wrote in his book.
Yeah.
But I think it was Mick Foley's, but they had their next 5, 10, 40 years planned out together. So when she lost Owen, that was devastating for her.
Yeah, I understand.
Owen would still be alive. He was 35 when he 34, 35 when he died in that accident.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt was only 36. It's crazy.
Yeah, so we're now maybe 20. This will be 25-year anniversary. So he'll be around coming up on 60, 59, 60 years old today. Owen Hart would be. So he would still very much be alive if he had just said no. If he had been able to say no. Now he had gone with it because he'd been chewing down a lot of things because he was a family man. He wasn't comfortable with a lot of the more sexual storylines.
Yeah.
So that ended up being why he went along with that and so forth. But anyway, you look at Owens' tag reigns, you look at tag title reigns, you look at his intercontinental reigns, you look at what he did with Bret in '94. Like he was the opening match with WrestleMania, one of if not the best opening match in WrestleMania history. And you look at what he did at SummerSlam '94. That's considered like a great cage match.
Yeah, absolutely.
That he had with Bret. And you look at the body of work, and I promise you, I get why Martha doesn't want WWE to use Owens' name anymore. I just find it to be a shame that she's not allowing that because of this. Owens' legacy is not being celebrated to the fullest that it could be and should be.
It should be, and it should be, absolutely.
So,
but she has done something with AEW, so maybe she'll finally relent and do WWE. Maybe. Now that Vince is gone, maybe Vince is he's no longer with the company. He resigned from WWE and TKO recently, a week ago. He's no longer with the company. He's retired now.
I think the damage may have already been done on her part. So, and I get that.
Yeah.
So, but for my second to last pick, I'd put Owen Hart in.
All right. So I know I'm gonna go with the celebrity wing. I know people like a celebrity wing, but I got a couple of picks for a celebrity wing. Limp Bizkit. Because of WrestleMania 19 and for theme song for the Taker. Undertaker, yeah.
Biker Taker.
Biker Taker, yeah. For American Badass Taker, hell yeah. Another group I'm going to put in, Motorhead. These guys are I know Triple H is a fan of these guys too. He's a huge fan of these guys. Triple H was actually at the funeral for Lemmy when he passed away in 2015. So yes, so they're going in. That's my pick fantasy pick because one, the game was one of the best teams of all time, and Line in the Sand. Another for Evolution, another good one. And another pick. My other two picks are Aretha Franklin. She has not gone in yet. She sang at WrestleMania 3 or 4.
I think it was 3.
3, yeah. And then Cyndi Lauper. She was a valet at the first WrestleMania. She has not gone in yet. Oh, and my last pick is for that match with the Big Show, Floyd motherfucking Money Mayweather. I think those are all good celebrity picks. I think. I know people do not like celebrity wing, but whatever. I'm gonna make those picks. So that's my final pick, guys.
Yeah, and I decided to just skip out on the celebrity wing just because for me it's hard for me to justify putting most celebrities in. You would have to be an Andy Kaufman type type one for me.
You went in last year, actually, by the way. Finally.
Yeah, and for celebrities, I would lean more towards an Andy Kaufman, or at very, very least, a Mike Tyson, who was at WrestleMania 14, who helped the transition from New Generation to Attitude Era.
Yeah, he went in a couple years ago.
Yeah, I remember him going in. So, but anyway, now it's time for my final pick. And I am going to be a massive troll on this one.
Oh, shit.
Because I put China in already. We spoke about this issue earlier.
Oh, God. Please kill me now. Fuck.
So, my main event pick is the 14th-time World Heavyweight Champion between the big golden belt and the WWF Champion and all the other championships he's held.
God. Kill me.
And this guy had a couple theme songs done by a Motorhead, one for himself, and one for the stable of Evolution, If you don't know where I am going, I am putting a Triple H in the Hall of Fame in the same class or year as in China. So he will forever be tied to China, whether he likes it or not.
Oh, God.
Okay,
Oh, my God.
Obviously, I'm having fun with that.
Yes.
But you look at his body of work, like you look at him, like all the championships he's won, and
Hell in a Cell matches. There's so many.
Yeah.
By the way, if they ever do a video package, I have the perfect song for a video package. I'm so bad, but I don't care about Motorhead. That would be a perfect song for him for a video package. It would make total sense. Because he doesn't give a shit. Like, I'm so bad, baby, I don't care. That would be a perfect song for the video package. Absolutely, it would kill.
Yeah, like you remember like certain moments, like when he was in DX and it was him and DX with the tank, that Jeep tank, when they were in like the same city as Nitro that time, and you think about
The
him.
steak face they gave Vince McMahon. Oh,
I thought that was. Oh,
that was DX.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the Rikishi one that The Rock did.
No, I'm thinking of the one that did Hell in a Cell 2006.
Ah,
that one. The Vince McMahon got the steak face on Big Show's ass. That's what I'm thinking about.
and you think about the porta potty bit with him and Shawn and the Spirit Squad.
Oh, God, yeah. Holy shit, you cracked the masterpiece. I love that one. Still love that one. That makes me laugh every time.
Yeah.
Or, I love, my favorite one's gotta be where, GS, where, they talk about, his love for cock. I'll do. I love that. That's my favorite one. Oh,
yeah,
God.
Yeah, so you have, like, these, and then, you have these feuds that he had with The Rock, and Steve Austin, and Mick Foley, and, like, you think about some of his matches, like, his street fight with Foley at Royal Rumble 2000, and
the Hell in a Cell.
Yes, Hell in a Cell the next month. One of my favorite matches was
absolutely
him versus Foley on Raw when they introduced Cactus Jack back in 1997.
Oh yeah, I love that one too.
Yeah, and then you think about like again like Rock and Austin and what he would do like in the later years with the McMahon.
Or the epic two match series with Undertaker, WrestleMania 27 and 28. Those were both epic matches. Yeah,
so his body of work does allow for him to be in the Hall of Fame. There should be like no questions asked. Like he says he wants to. Okay, he says he's ready to go in. That's when you book him to go into the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so,
I think that's it. You know what? Maybe I'll do one more main eventer just because. I'm gonna go with Mr. I don't know if I should do this one. Mr. Hustle, loyalty, respect himself. You can't see me, motherfucker.
Hey, I put my trolling bit in there with.
I'm gonna do my trolling. I'm gonna do John Cena. I'm gonna do John Cena. Fuck it, why not? I'm gonna do John Cena. Guy's a 16-time world champion. So many epic feuds. The Rock, Taker, Triple H, Randy Orton. There's so many epic feuds. Bray Wyatt. There's so many. Edge. The Edge feud was one of the best of all time, easily.
Yeah.
I gotta say this in all sincerity. That match, Unforgiven 2006, the TLC match between John Cena and Edge, is one of my favorite matches of all time, hands down. The way they ended that feud was perfection. Holy shit! John Cena had a feud. Edge threw two tables on the top of a freaking ladder. Holy shit! Right? One of those holy shit moments. Also one of my favorite moments, and I know this is frowned upon, is oh,
is that the Chris Benoit Paul Heyman bit?
Yes, the one where he makes him eat soap. Oh my god! And the best line ever is spit it out. That's all. Every time you swallow, spit it out. Like, oh god! Every time I giggle like a fucking immature teenager. I'm like, oh Jesus! I think Big Match John should eventually go in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely, so well deserved. He is up there with the Flairs, the Hogans, the Stone Cold, the Rock. He is absolutely on that level. And I know he got a lot of shit for being the man when he was, but he is more than worthy of being in the Hall of Fame. So that's my last pick. There you go. So there we go, guys. That's our fantasy booking. Let's see how wrong we are on our predictions.
Yeah. Well, we made it clear that these aren't actual predictions.
Yeah, our fantasy. We'll see how wrong we are on our fantasy bookings, though. We'll see, though.
Yeah. So, like, we'll see if anything if any of our picks do get in there.
Yeah, we'll see.
So, who knows? We might get one or two, you know.
I think I've heard rumbling about Bray Wyatt, but I don't know yet. It's still rumblings.
Yeah.
I've been keeping up on that. I keep up on the wrestling news still.
Yeah, I don't as much anymore. I just, I don't find it as fun anymore. So if I'm going to go to a wrestling show, it's probably going to be more of a local one where I can at least take my camera and film some matches. So
we might do that down the road too, maybe. Maybe we should do that. Me and you do a wrestling show together. That's an idea.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do that. I did a local wrestling show years ago. It was one of the matches was I think it was Halloween Hell, ECCW. And one match with fans bring the weapons. I bought a freaking cheese grater out of the Dudley Boy, and they actually used it a couple times during the match. I'm like, holy shit! I was laughing, like, holy shit, they actually used it.
I bet you think that was great, wasn't it?
Oh, great. Kill me, please.
Now you see, for me, great is not enough. I prefer it to be Grelevin. Because that's great plus 3. Grelevin is 3 better than great.
Oh, Jesus. The puns, the fucking puns, please. God, kill me now.
You actually thought I would let you go an entire video without making you suffer through at least 1 or 2 bad jokes?
God damn it, no. I expected at least 1 or 2 somewhere. Alright, so anything else you gotta say? I wish so anything else you wanna say?
No, I feel like we
did good.
Everything.
Yeah, I think we did really good. We picked a lot of good ones. And yes, we will be back with cooking videos eventually. Yes, we will get back to cooking.
Yeah.
We have quite a few ideas up our sleeve for this year already.
Yeah, actually, well, for me, my idea that I pitched, we're discussing I think I pitched a sort of a budget thing.
Yeah, budget meal series, yeah.
Yeah, where whether or not it's one video or a series or whatever, so still have to figure out details for it, but yeah, it's something that I think especially when we get to close to Christmas time or after Christmas time when we're trying to be more money conscious about things. So I feel like I have a few ideas in my head, so
I want to do a couple of classic French dishes this year. I got a couple French classics I want to throw in there. Maybe I got a couple classics I want to throw in. Ratatouille is one. Maybe do some beef short ribs, maybe braised beef short ribs, and also maybe do a beef bourguignon, maybe classic beef bourguignon. That may be really good. Do a little bit of the old school. I like the old school French. So
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. So if you're gonna do short rib, where do we find the midget cattle? Because the ribs would be short, so you would need a short cattle.
God fucking damn it. Well, guys, thank you for watching our fantasy booking. Until next time, I am the Autistic Chef, Dave Leahy, and one-time Nebocsid Award winner.
And I'm the two-time Nebocsid Award winning Nebocsid.
We'll see you next time, and thank you for watching our fantasy booking today. Please follow us on social media, guys.
Yeah, I have an Instagram, I have a TikTok, I have
TikTok?
X. I do have a TikTok, I just haven't done a whole lot on it because I haven't had anything special for it.
I have a Facebook page, I have Instagram, TikTok. So there you go. I also have a Twitter X. I use one from the Blue Moon. Yeah. So there you go, guys.
Yeah, but I actually use my social medias to promote the videos here, right?
I do too. I'm getting better.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye, everyone.